everyone. Sometimes you have to play devil's advocate, because there's some stuff online that comes about someone where you really hate them. You might really hate them to the point that you can't stand whatever they say in their defense. But there are times where you have to look at the stuff being said about them and look at it, by itself. You have to push past your emotions and look at the actual evidence used against them, or a tiny video, and look at it just by itself in a vacuum. Where after you look at it, you might be like, yes, it looks bad on them. Or if you have your own brain, your own fully matured brain, and you have an opinion, good job, that takes a lot of work, you might realize that, it's not really like the best evidence used against them to make him seem like a bad person. Logan Paul is one of those people, because he's had like such a long career and history of so much hate. At this point, most people don't even know like the most drama he's in nowadays, or the stories he's in, but they automatically believe that he's the bad guy in that scenario, where they don't really get the full picture. Now, I'm not doing a complete 180 on my belief on his character, because most videos I've done on him, every time I edit the video, I upload it, I'm always left being like, you absolute moron, you asshole. Because nowadays, he will just make like lawsuits on anyone. For one, it's got CoffeeZilla, but CoffeeZilla actually he did some effort, to like find some shit on him that looks pretty bad and illegal outright. But like a bunch of other people on TikTok where all they did, at bare minimum, was say something bad about Prime. And he didn't make a lawsuit, but he very heavily threatened to do so. And that's just dumb. Guys, don't make a lawsuit with everyone, okay? You have to pick your battles. But now, the most recent story that I looked at about Logan Paul, which just seems dumb, I have no idea why it's even like, a story, but I'll talk about it anyways, was that it was a video of like a 4-year-old clip from his, like an old video, where people believe that, his dog at the time, Broly, was being pushed off by him on a boat to get into the water, so that by theory, Logan could get more views from the video from people being like, oh my god, Broly went into the water, oh my god. I have no idea where the story started from, because again, like I said, it was from a clip from a 4-year-old video. Any drama or any confusion, about him like kicking his dog off a boat to get into the water would have been cleared up by now. But I guess people are becoming more like goldfish where after 4 years, the memory resets and they forget everything. I'm sure you've seen the video right now, and it looks like there's a hand behind the dog, behind Broly, and it does seem that way. But the more you watch the video, or the closer you look at it, then you actually slow it down. Not even slow it down, so like even normal speed, it's so clearly, that the hand is more like hold Broly or by the tail. Because they could tell like from the eyes and his body language that, nah, I ain't no dog owner, but you could tell that from that pooch, he wanted to jump into the water, like its life depended on it. So I don't blame the people for wanting to hold it in place. And not to mention that it wasn't even Logan who had his hand there. Logan was all the way back in the boat. It was more so his friends that were close to Broly and the camera guy, actually recording him. He was more so at the very back of the boat, and then he jumps off to save him. So I don't really think he had an instinctual plan to throw his dog into the water, to then save it, to make himself seem like a good guy, and then get views from it. I don't think that's actual real theory, guys, I'm sorry. But I guess the belief that he did that intentionally was so big, even back 4 years ago, that Logan Paul had to make a comment addressing it, telling everyone, well, first off, fuck yourselves, and then explain like, how it was clearly signs that the dog wanted to jump into it, and how nobody, even on the boat, was pushing Broly. But despite all that explanation, all that reasoning, all that logic, very basic logic, people now, 4 years later, still take that like 20-second clip from how long was the video? 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Yeah, people will take 20 seconds from that clip from from Broly jumping off, and then put it on Twitter and be like, oh my god, Logan Paul on YouTube pushing his dog off a boat is crazy. So right off the bat, that tweet shouldn't be big enough to have any attention, because it's dog shit, it's pure like tweet slop bait. And then second of all, even if you know the full history of that video and Logan's explanation, you can still look at the clip and be like, okay, he clearly wasn't pushed off, he just jumped into it. And you make your own opinion from that. But my only theory on what people believed it is that they saw the caption of that tweet, they saw a video, but they didn't actually click on the video, they just saw the caption and just believed it automatically. That's my only explanation on why like this is still believed, and then you spread around to the point that got popular enough, like so dumb, that Logan Paul himself had to make a tweet and a TikTok explaining it and addressing it. Which, you know what, Logan Paul, it'd be really funny if you stuck to flames and be like, yeah, I did push him in actually, I'm a psychopath, fuck you. And he even called out the 2 accounts that got the most popular from it, I mean, they weren't the only two ones, there were way more people. But I guess those two were like the most luckiest in the algorithm. You have the tweets blow up and have a bunch of people liking it and they're spreading it around. At which point we realized those two accounts, the one on the bottom, I don't know them, but it says right there automated, so you know, like clear AI slop. And the top one, Juju, that was like the worst, you know, slop account ever on Twitter, where they post like the most popular clips stolen from someone else and they repost it to get their own likes. Like, he's the best example of someone that you don't know, you don't care about, you don't follow, but they still somehow often, you know, show up on your timeline until one day you block them because they're so generic. Like, he has never made an original tweet before in the past, so he probably saw that video of him pushing up the dog, and he was like, but I guess he did try to kill a dog. Fair enough. Honestly, I want to go through a couple of his tweets because they feel so generic, it feels like an actual foreign language. 2025 is in 4 months. No way Jenna Ortega and Sabrina Carpenter kissed on camera. Am I tripping? Or do they look like sisters? Yeah guys, what do you believe? A black woman and a white woman, do they look like sisters? Great stuff, great tweets. So yeah, overall, this story, very dumb. I'm not saying, I'm not defending Logan Paul, but you have to admit, like, some evidence, you know, used to get him to make him seem like a psychopath. It's like so asinine. You can't really treat it as actual evidence, because if you did, you would hurt your credibility just a tiny bit, a tiny amount, tiny bit.